Hey everybody, another live video. I'm just testing out here. I want to just test it and see before we really go live. And yeah, practicing live. That's what we're doing now. Follow me on Instagram, Love Life Videos. Go live over there now. And TikTok, Love Life 2. No, Lori Love 2. TikTok. And yeah, the number 2 at then. So check that out. And get me on Facebook, all the links, I'll be there. And just wanted to see if anybody shows up for this, kind of like a little test run. So far, I haven't had anybody show up over here, I think. Either that or it's hard to tell. It's a different kind of a platform, I guess. It's amazing, dude. Man, I'm still in awe. I need to go live with somebody. Hi guys, welcome. How you doing? Welcome to live chat. Okay. Why was there? Oh, that was a person. Okay. I get it. Let's see. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. If I can see the chat, no one's chatting anything. What's this? Save highlight, share to, share to. Know what I'm doing, you guys, so bear with me. Bear with me. And this is more realistic. Doing some art. It's not like good. It's just coloring. I'm like a kid right now. Just coloring. Don't mind me. Just having fun. What you guys doing today? Anything special? How do I see? I don't know if you're typing anything. I'm just letting you know because I can't see any chat. For some reason, I can't. This doesn't make sense to me. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, Love Life Videos, I go live over there too. I'm about to go live over there too. Huh. Where are you from? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Who are you? Wait a minute. Let's just have not seen you in 30. Okay, where do I... Spencer? Are you kidding me right now? Spencer? What's your last name? Because, I mean, are you serious, Spencer? Are you kidding me right now? Do you still play drums? Do you still play drums? How is Sheldon doing? How is everybody? I know your mom passed away, right? I'm sorry. So, how is everybody? Oh my gosh. Dude. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. How is Sheldon doing? How did he deal with it? How's Stuart doing? How's your sisters? Yeah. He has a beautiful family. Actually saw pictures on Facebook. Oh my gosh, that's how is Shane doing? Because like he's like kind of my best friend in a weird way. How is Shane doing? Is he okay? Yeah. Really? I know a lot of people don't anymore, huh? Hmm. Um, yeah, they're still that's where I'm at, actually, to be honest with you. I've been here in Nevada with them. Really? She lives here too? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. I'd love to see her. What a sweetheart. You guys are so awesome. Oh my gosh, so weird. Are you guys still Mormon and everything? Really? Yeah, Pahrump. Yeah, I know where that's at. Pahrump. Oh yeah, that's out there, right? It's nice and cheap out there, but it's so far away. And it's small town, very small town. I mean, it's kind of, I could see why she'd like it too, actually, because you guys kind of grew up in that rural, like Palmdale. I remember the Palmdale days. You know what I miss, Spencer? I miss hiking. Spencer, are you a nature person? Oh, that's so awesome. That's my dream, actually. Living the dream, man, out in Nevada. When are you going to come visit? Oh, man. I go live over on Instagram too. Love Live Videos. Lori, I'm under Lori Love if you want to check me out. But yeah, just in case. I'm so glad to talk to you. Like, seriously, I miss you. I think of you. I literally think of you all the time. I never stop thinking about you. And you have kids, right? Don't you have kids? Everyone has kids. You have one? Aww. Wait, did you say you still play drums? He's 14? Time flies, dude. I still remember you, the little teenage kid or whatever. Amazing. I miss you. You guys were family to me. Like, it was such a loss. When me and Sheldon broke up, it was like I lost a whole family. Like, you guys were more my family than my own family. Remember all the parties we used to have? Oh my gosh. We had so much fun. We had like the best parties. We had so much fun. I'll never forget it. Like, memories for days. And I just remember you getting into the drums, and I always wondered if you were still doing the drums. Because I thought you were pretty good at it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We had crazy times, man. Remember when they thought we were harboring runaways and the cops came to our house? I think you were there, weren't you? Oh, that was Stuart who did the drums? No, I could have sworn you were getting into it though. You probably dropped it. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Because I really thought you were gonna be. I don't think it was Stuart though. So what did you end up doing? Like, as far as like, what were your hobbies? Because I remember you were into music or something. Weren't you into music? Huh. Ran away. So you weren't into drums. Well, now I got questioned my own self because I thought it was you. You were into keyboards. I'm into keyboards. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, I just kind of remember you. Yeah, I think maybe you're right. But I think you were dabbling in the drums, and I think you were pretty good at it, though, weren't you? Didn't you try it at least? I feel like there's something with drums you're supposed to be doing. I'm just now getting into the keyboards, or I'm just now getting into music. I remember I wanted to get into music when I was younger. I don't know if you know, but I did, and I got out of it to get into business, and now I'm like totally into the arts now. Artists, like kind of like how Sheldon was, that like artist type personality. You never were into drums. Okay. You have a spirit drum. Is that the ding 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 ding? It goes ding ding. Oh, something like that. Uh-oh, my phone's about to die. I think I have to plug it in here. Okay. Bass drum. So you're into music. Do you write songs? I would love to have some fun with. I'm gonna get into DJing. Like, I'm gonna buy DJ equipment. I'm gonna get a keyboard. I'm gonna get into dance like I wanted to. Remember, I wanted to be a dancer, and twisted my ankle, and I thought, well, I guess I'm not supposed to be a dancer. Well, little did I know that dancers are supposed to sprain their ankles, and I just like gave up, and no one like guided me. So you're into paganism, so the drums go with it. Whatever happened to Mormonism? I thought you were a Mormon. By the way, you were a cute little boy. You were the cute. You know who you remind me of too? I think of your spirit and I think of Brendan, Shane's boy. You guys remind me a little bit. And I miss him too greatly because I kind of helped raise him. So I was like, I really miss him. Oh, I got into tarot. Remember I used to be into tarot? That's just your gift, your natural gift. You never met them? Well, kind of, they're wild. Those two boys, man, they were wild together. But Devin is so like genius. I could, dude, if you ever talk to Devin, Devin is like, you can talk to him about all kinds of different things. He's so cool. And Brendan, he's like a wild child. He's got that Sheldon energy. I feel like he's my child, like I never had. I should have had it. If I had a child with Sheldon, it would have been him. I go, that's my boy. Yeah, I was totally into tarot cards. I was giving everybody readings. I was really good at it too. It was scared me. My mom was psychic too. Really? Man. Wow. Yeah, you're like, did you feel different than everybody? This too. Yeah, I kind of felt that way, you know? Like, can't explain it. Not like bad or negative. It's like, I mean, it's not like black sheep, like bad black sheep, but I feel like you, like, okay, so there's Brennan. Wait, no, I'm thinking of something else. Wait a minute. I gotta get my, remember, okay, you guys' names were cool, man. I just, like, Sheldon, Spencer, Stewart, Sabrina, Serena. Is that how it goes? And then everybody goes by their middle name. It's like the wildest thing. I love it. You guys have the coolest story. But I always felt you had a connection to the other side. You know, you had different fathers. I always felt like there's something about your spirit. Stuart, Sabrina, Serena. Okay. Wow, pretty wild. Yeah, you did seem different, and I can't explain how, actually. I'm trying to figure it out, but it'll come to me later. Huh. So wait, what do you see? Okay, yeah. So what do you see? Spiritual gifts? Like spirits? Do you ever talk to Sheldon? Okay. Do you think Sheldon ever saw anything? Hmm. Maybe that's why you're different, yeah? Huh. Always that one, huh? Okay. Okay. Um, yeah. So yeah, tell me more about that. What kind of things do you see? Let's see if we can. I mean, I've seen some things. I've had some experiences and I got spiritual and I've seen even more. So lay it on me. Lay it on me. What have you seen? And your son does too? And so you guys can relate to each other. So you see the shadows. You know who's really good at seeing things? Leslie. I've been friends with her like since childhood. She introduced me to the spiritual realm. To be honest with you, like I have her to thank for all my spirituality, probably for saving me, for everything. Like, whatever. Man, she could see some stuff, dude. She showed me portals. I was able to see where spirits come in and out in the portals. She's like, "You see that portal over there?" I'm like, oh, I didn't see that." I've seen shadows before. Yeah. You see human spirits. Okay. I like to call those sometimes like, I don't know, there's wandering spirits where they're like, they don't necessarily have an energy, I feel. Your son does. So your son is probably chosen, and that's why he's your kid. You see dark stuff. Now, when you were growing up in the household, was there a dark energy in your household when you were living in California, I guess? Was there, I don't know if it was California before that? So this was since your childhood, since you were, and you never said anything, Spencer? Oh, really? There were some crazy things that happened there, dude. Whoa, remember, like, I don't know, there was some crazy, huh? Not really anyone? So no wonder you're like drawn to the dark side. So you have a spirit of discernment, obviously, since childhood. I'm tripping, dude. Man, I thought I'd never talk to you again. Like, whoa. And you never told us, Spencer. How come you never told us? Kept it in? All these, like, most. Do you tell anybody now? That is crazy. God. Like, I'll blame God. The universe, energy, oh, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. Oh, Sean, man. Yeah, he's our spiritual little guy. He was like, oh, trying to kill every. I wonder if he, yeah, now that I think about it, I wonder if he ever, he was drawing. Yeah, okay. Really? Sean? Maybe he did. Now I'm trying to go back in my memory banks. Really? He has a farm, right? His wife's so pretty, right? And that was Leslie's best friend too. It's so weird. So cool how everything's like interconnected. That's so weird how you found me too. I don't even know. I wonder if I can. Wow. You should find me also I'm on Facebook under Lori Love. I'm under Lori Love on Instagram, on TikTok. I'm Lori Love too. So yeah, all the links are in my bio. You could check it out, I guess. It's wild. Yeah, I mean, it must be. Really? They sold it? Um, yeah, I remember seeing Sean when he lived here, and we were just so like in nostalgia, going over old times, and that was the last time I really saw him. And then, you know, he went on with his life, and that's why I remember it. And then he was living with Leslie for a while. Okay. Well, this is YouTube, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe. That could be. And yeah, you know, Facebook I hear is changing their algorithm, I think. You know what I'm into, Spencer? I'm even though I'm a believer in God, or I'm not paganism, but I do believe in our natural gifts, and I believe like I follow Scorpio Spy, Tarot. There's some New Age stuff. Unite the Collective, I'm kind of into. I was into heavily New Age stuff for a while. So you know me, I'm a New Ager. Um, Pretty much been that way, raised like that, you know. So it's natural for me. But yeah, I've seen stuff too. It'd be fun to kind of like go over it all more in depth, huh? Wow, they bought a lake house. That's nice. Wow. Yeah, he had a big property, right? I was like, man, you gotta take care of all that. Damn. You were a lot of fun, Spencer. By the way, I had a lot of fun with you. You're one of my favorites. As far as the Briggs side, you were my favorite, I think. Because I think I spent more time with you than the others, right? Didn't you kind of hang out with us more often? And I kind of felt like you were like Sheldon's spirit, like kind of like you were more drawn to him. Yeah, but you know what? You probably got more wild later on, right? I mean, you know, it's interesting about you. I wouldn't ever consider you wild. I felt like you were wild, but you were a tame wild. Yeah. That's why I feel like your family, you know, like I was just um more connected to you. And I think it kind of helped you having brothers to kind of help tame you because you had the older brothers to kind of help tame you. I think you would have been actually more wild. I think once your brothers got older and like moved away, I feel like it kind of left you, you know? And I think that maybe the support system left, you think? I don't know why I'm saying this. Yeah, like I always felt like you were supposed to be with us. That's why I think you lived with us. Kind of, I felt like you're supposed to be, like, I wanted Sheldon to kind of like take care of you. I felt like he was supposed to like take care of you. That's why I always felt. And he was like the youngest of what, the Hoffmans. So I kind of felt like he was kind of in charge of you. I felt like you were part of us. It's kind of hard to explain. Maybe personality wise too. I think that it's just like you resonate, your energy was like, yeah, you're the wild one of that group, right? And you just didn't fit in. I mean, I could see that. I could totally get that in my eyes anyway. Hmm. Are you thinking about having other kids too? Like, do you want more kids or you're like, that's enough? Remember we used to have those ninja outfits, Spencer? That was so much fun. One time I caught Sheldon sneaking in the house with his ninja outfit on. Oh, that was hilarious as hell. I'll never forget it, dude. Oh, I'll never in my life. What were you doing in the middle of the night? He was so into it. I was there. I was all in. I was like, yeah, teach me those ninja moves. We had like this whole backyard garage thing going on. We worked out in the garage. Remember that? It was so much fun. I remember these days. The little army men we used to put up and shoot in the backyard, and all the motorcycles we lined up, and we had those snakes, pet snakes, and Sheldon had all those lizards. I'll never forget the last time I seen Sheldon actually was when I lived in the house with the lizards. We had the kids coming over and looking at all the lizards, and it was so much fun and cute. They love the lizards. And ninja stuff? Both you and Sheldon? What did you guys used to do? You had a ninja outfit too? I thought it was just me and Sheldon that were cool. Oh my gosh, your brother taught me how to rip off a bike, and I taught him how to not rip off a bike anymore. Sheldon, really, you don't have to be like this, man. We'd be walking down the street, he'd just be like klepto. It just came automatic to him. Oh, I need a bike. I'm gonna get it. No biggie. I was trying to like make him a good boy, and he wanted to be the bad boy. Probably why he didn't like me. Like, we got to kick her out for a while. We want to be bad. We got to kick her out. I was always getting kicked out. Got kicked out 6 times. It was fun. Um, that bike thing though, your brother he would climb like a monkey up on a balcony. One time we had to throw the bike in a trash can because the cops were on to us. And he always seemed to get away with everything. And your brother, I'm sorry, but Sheldon, he had to have been a highly intuitive person. I still wonder like what kind of gifts he has now that like I'm older and I understand gifts more, spiritual gifts. I wonder what he had. That's why I'm asking about his kind of spirituality. Because if you're seeing it, I'm wondering if he is too, and just not talking about it, or maybe ignoring it. Yeah, Huntington Drive. Oh, really? It was so normal for him. Around Christmas time, I remember he stole everybody's gifts. So you're not sure if he's Mormon, really? Now I'm surprised about that because his wife I heard, had a grip on him with the Mormonism. You know what I mean? And I heard that they used to have to go in the bathroom and pray. Okay, we're gonna get through this. Whatever it was, I don't know. It was pretty serious. He's Mormon? Yeah, he's Mormon, right? Have you ever been to Hawaii? You'd probably like it there. Maybe that's why he's in Hawaii. He just wanted to kick back. He doesn't want to see demons. Maybe he just wants to kick back and cowabunga dude or whatever. I don't know. Whatever he does. You know, the thing about Sheldon is that Sheldon is a very soft spirit. Okay, like I know they thought he was crazy or whatever because he like shoots things and he was wild. Yes, he was. But you know, I guess women always see the best in guys. I don't know, but he was like an amazing, amazing person. You know, like he taught me so much too. And he was actually so much smarter than he applied himself. And everybody, like, he was so smart that anybody in a group would just gravitate towards him. I mean, he was a Leo, but they would just gravitate towards him because he had all the answers. And he just picked things up, like, especially in science. He was so good at science. He is an artist too. And his daughter is just like him. I think the oldest daughter, because I saw her drawings. I'm like, oh my God, he did use, that was his first draw. Like, how are you guys from the same seat? You guys are the same person. I think you're soulmates. I don't know. Like, it's crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. With Sheldon, I really do believe I never understood because he's not open maybe and he kept everything in, but I feel like I know he talked a lot about Shane abusing him, and that's the only thing I know is that he would stick things in his ear and hurt him. Shane was rough, you know. I always had a soft spot for Shane too, but he could be rough. And I always tried to be the best and gentle with he was the roughest, but he was the oldest, one of the oldest, right? And he was like had to be hard. I think there's some sort of like he talked about having to be the one to kill the cats. So there was this thing where to him killing was normal because he was around, when you're subject to certain things, from a very young age, and he was around older crazy wild bunch sometimes, but underneath like such a soft spirit. Like no one will maybe know. I don't know. I'm sure his wife does, but that's about it. Yeah. Did Sheldon abuse you? Oh, Shane. So, but did Sheldon did he hurt you at all? Yeah, Shane was very he still is. He's really mean to me. Spencer, dude, he's so he acts so angry at me all the time. And it's hard for me not to let it hurt my feelings because he's like family, but I understand. I just try to understand he's not all there sometimes. And that's why I dealt with Sheldon. I got, he was under subject to that. So, and he's rough. He could be rough. I always thought Sean would save him. Everyone says even Shane will say Sheldon's not the same anymore, but I mean, but he's not the same anymore either. I guess we're not all the same anymore, but um yeah, he got hit in the head. I mean, Shane got in a lot of fights, so I always was had a soft heart because he got into a lot of, and then when he drank, it was just worse. I remember him in all white coming in all bloody. I don't know if you remember that. I think you were there, I want to say. Wow. Going back. Yeah. I always felt like Sheldon was trying to better his life because I thought, well, if he went to go live in Hawaii and he abandoned his moneymaker, which was construction, but I guess, and then he just wanted to be in the ocean. And I always think of, we were water babies too, and the water always brought us well, with me, such peace. It was nostalgic for me. So I think he kind of followed suit. He was just everywhere I went. And then we were going to the pool and we kind of grew up, we were always in water. And, when I'm in water, that's how I feel anyway. By the way, I always felt that Sheldon had a gift of I ask Sheldon when he looks in people's eyes, ask him if he sees things on a deeper level, okay? Just ask him if you ever get the chance. Do you? Do you have the eye gift thing? Because I'm learning it. It's like I'm just learning it now. And then God was showing me that Sheldon has it too. And that's why he knew me. He was trying to help me. Sheldon was a protector too for me. Yeah. To be honest with you, if it wasn't for Sheldon in my life, I don't know where I'd be, because he showed me who I was. I was an only child. My parents pretty much neglected me. I had my parents around 24 hours, but they were gone all the time. They never talked to me or really communicated much to me, except to teach me something here and there, like how to spell when I was really young. But just kind of just let me go. And Sheldon came along and started giving me, if Sheldon said I could do something, I believed I could do it. And he was always right. I always thought he was crazy. I go, "No, Sheldon. No, I can't do that, Sheldon." He says, "Yes, you can. Trust me. Watch me. Trust me. Watch." It was like pulling teeth with me. And I was like, he was so patient with me. And I don't know, I just learned a lot from him. He gave me confidence. I never would have had if it wasn't for him. So I'm always like forever grateful that he was in my life. He was my first love. I mean, but never forget him. Yeah, man, Sheldon was like it. Do you know, Spencer, it took me 15 years to get over Sheldon. I left him. I actually broke up with him because I didn't want to, but I felt like if I didn't, it would kill me, because he would keep breaking up with me and he hurt my heart so many times that I said goodbye, and I made him think that I wanted to leave him, but I never did. So it took me, and I thought I would just forget about him. It took me 15 years. And it was only because of God. I could, but yeah, it took me, and it was that's another story. It was a process for me to actually. I was married for 15 years, and well, most of those years that I was married, I was still in love with Sheldon the whole time, and I could never give my whole heart to any man for like 15 years after that. I was a slave to Sheldon's heart. Did you? Man, the first love's always the hardest too, right? Was it your first love, or is that who you had the baby with? Patty. I think I remember pictures, because I think I saw, Shane used and Leslie, I think they used to show me pictures of you guys. So I get little details about you guys. I always heard about you guys through the grapevine. Leslie was but now me and Leslie don't talk anymore. We're not friends. We went down different paths and just like kind of separated. I love Leslie to death. To be honest with you, I miss her terribly. My heart will always be for Leslie, but Leslie's heart is not for me, so I had to let her go. Yeah. So Patty, and she ran away? How did she run away from you and the baby? Spencer, are you are you on Instagram? Oh, and from cancer in 2017. Oh my gosh. Cancer is so big right now. Oh my gosh. This guy just moved out from my building. That's bad cancer. We were talking about it. They're in pain throughout the whole body. Ugh. Barely walk, weak. Can't sleep. Did she have trouble sleeping? You have Facebook and Discord. I'm not on Discord, but I'm on Facebook under Lori Love. Probably find me under, I don't know. I loved I was a nanny for Leslie. for a while. Oh, like a phone? Oh, I gotta check that out. So on Facebook, I'll probably find you, but what are you on under? What are you under on Facebook? A lot of people are talking about Discord. What do you like about Discord compared to the other platforms? Like what makes it stand out or whatever? That is so bizarre. I never stopped thinking out of all the, even out of, I spent a lot of time with Shane and Sean, but you always stood out the most. Oh, you don't like it? Hi, Gravity Force. How you doing? Discord has groups. And Facebook has groups too. I hear they're changing Facebook. Curious to know what's going to happen. Yeah, so because I say going to because Aphrodite, I watch. He does tarot cards. Do you ever follow Aphrodite on here? Everyone loves Aphrodite. I think he's so accurate when it comes to tarot cards. Oh my god, I think he has a big time natural gift. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. I have it in my bio, all my links to everything. You can find me, Facebook and stuff. Just click it. It's probably a lot easier. But for the other Gravity Force, I'm on Instagram under Love Life Videos. Lori Love Life Videos, if you're interested. I'm trying to get, I'm on TikTok under Lori Love 2. Do you like TikTok, Spencer? Yeah. Message me and I will give it to you. I'm not really into emails anymore. I've been so dependent on Instagram for all my messaging that I don't even use email anymore. I've been thinking about this. And I had a couple people a day want to email me, and I'm like, email? What's that? I don't even use email hardly. I just kind of mastered it to where I didn't have to because I don't like my inbox. No, you didn't disrupt my art. I'd rather talk to you. I was doing the art because I had nothing to do, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah. Use Discord the most. Yeah. I sit here because people come in and out of the room or whatever, and I'm like, they're shy. They usually don't want to talk. I have a lot of people from other countries too. Maybe that's it. There's a language barrier there. I don't know. Maybe they feel some kind of way. I don't know. They in and out. We trying to keep it alive. You helped. Thank you, Spencer. You're a good little co-partner in crime. Someone sent you to me, Spencer. I don't know. I just started doing live. So, this is the only thing I can think of is spirituality because that's kind of who I am. But I could talk about all kinds of things. Counseling. The reason why I'm here is because, there's a lot going on in the world and people don't have people to talk to. And it's late at night. Like I'm looking right now, I'm thinking there's people that have been telling me lately, I've been up at 2 in the morning. Sometimes they're not getting any sleep. Everyone is under so much stress. And I'm like, I can't sleep either. So guess what? Here I am. Here we are, Spencer. And now, are you affected by the moons and the suns and all that kind of thing, Spencer? I'm an empath too. And now something I had a spiritual awakening happen. I call it a spiritual awakening in a long story. But anyway, so what happened was I got a new gift, and one of it was like feeling. I cry all the time, Spencer. I feel everything. I feel what God feels. I feel everybody, everything. And like you're like, what am I supposed to do with that? I'm not God. Well, we're supposed to give everything to God first, and then it's a lot easier, I found out. But because it can weigh us down. Well, I'm a girl, so maybe it's different for girls too. The emotions have been off the charts. Yeah. Like I realized that I can walk in a store if someone's angry and all of a sudden I felt angry. I realized, wait a minute, I was so happy and all of a sudden I'm angry for no reason. I look back behind me, someone's fighting because I'm feeling them, their anger. So I started to pick up these things, you know, that this is a real gift. I thought sometimes we think our feelings are our own and they're not. I used to be into this thing called access consciousness, and that helped me awaken that to me where and also pay attention to the signs, Spencer. Um Little things you'd be surprised don't mean anything that they actually do, like colors that there's always messages trying to be sent to you. Colors in a car could mean something. Someone says something to you, you're like, that was awkward. And you're connecting the dots, right? You're like, wait a minute, that was confirmation for this, and this was confirmation, and it's all connected. And if like we used to be into the Course in Miracles, I think you were kind of into that with us for a while, but I can't remember. And that kind of helped me to see these kinds of signs too, like all these little things, I feel help me, my spirituality. And the reason why I was doing the tarot cards was because I wasn't able to connect with God, and that was the only way. In fact, God used the tarot cards to tell me I'm going back to the Bible. Everyone thinks I'm crazy, but because I'm an intuitive, I got the message that I'm supposed to go back to the Bible. So it's like, it's weird. God can use it. God made everything. He can use anything, like whatever. Oh, yeah. You have a discerning of spirits for sure. Oh my gosh, you need to talk to Leslie, dude. Oh, no, she would have a field day with you. Never mind. She'll freak out on you. She'll scare you away. I know you were always fascinated with the occult. But all of us were. All of us chosen people are fascinated by magic and all that kind of stuff. Because if you see the spiritual realm, it's easy to want to lean that direction. Yeah, no, she'll lay hands on you or something. I don't know what she'll do. She's a prayer warrior, so probably something like that. Me, I kind of just understand it. And I think that's why we kind of split up spiritual. We grew apart spiritually is actually, me and Leslie were best friends, but spiritually we were on different, God was just doing different things with us. And that happens, Oh, God got to put people together. Left-hand path. Now, I never heard this left-hand path. What's that? Left-hand path. I want to think left brain, right brain. Left-hand path. Never heard that. It's a new age thing. You were too young back then to really have talks about spirituality, I think. We could get to that level with you. It would have been fun. I think you're watching. You're a watcher. Okay, I got you. Well, you're only high because you're brothers. You're hanging out with your brothers. We were all high. I was high because you're brothers. Okay. Let's. We know who our drug dealers were. Let's not get it twisted. My mom and Sheldon were our drug dealers. No, and your older brothers, basically. I mean, now one comes Spencer. Shane was into. I remember when Shane was in Utah, we had to drive there, and he was up for days. He had a girlfriend, and we're like trying to pry him out of there and get his life together and get off the drugs. We knew something was wrong. So okay. Now Christianity is a right-hand path. So now I'm going to be completely honest with you. I believe the wrath of God is over Christianity in some sort of way, a lot of ways, but not Christianity itself, but yeah. The idea of it. Like Jesus to me is so far from Christianity, but I'm getting like I came out of the church. Um I came out of the church. Yeah, exactly. Spencer, you are 100% right. Where it wasn't what the church was supposed to be. Yeah. We're supposed to be the light. We're supposed to be exactly what Jesus taught us to be. You know? He pretty much was walking how we're supposed to walk. And yeah. And so the church got all divided after he left. It started getting Judaism. Everyone wanted their hands in it. It was a free for all. Something happened, and God's like, well, we got to do something with this now. So yeah, I'm out of the church. I just believe it. That's what I say. And I used to tell my parents, Jesus did not say for us to be Christians. Like he never once said, they said they're first called Christians in Antioch, but no, he said to be my disciple. He always said he wanted us to be his disciple, not and my dad was like, "Oh no. I can't be like God. We're supposed to be a disciple, which it was what Jesus was, yeah. We're supposed to do this and greater things that he did. So I was like, yeah. And have more power, but the church like dumbed us down, and yeah, I believe you know the whole story, Spencer. I'm not surprised you're here right now, Spencer. Thank you for showing up. Better late than never. No, always on time, right? Yeah. That's it. That was what we're supposed to hang everything on. I mean, and you grew up, it's interesting. I'm talking to a Mormon guy right now, and he just had a spiritual awakening, which is what I had. And our experiences are just the same way. And when he's preaching to me in Mormonism. When I'm preaching to him, I'm preaching to him like King James Version, which I don't even like. Because it's like hard to understand, and not for everybody, I guess. Now I'm learning, but it's interesting. We're kind of teaching each other, and it's interesting that I'm learning through a Mormon, and we're just totally like, yeah, we're supposed to go save the world to Jesus, and I'm like, you're Mormon, I'm a whatever. Let's just go do it. Oh. And his church is trying to make him go to other countries. They do that ministry and Mormonism, and go out into all the world and preach. So they're kind of trying to do that with him. I remember me and Sheldon were at a crossroads. What was I gonna say? Crossroads. I don't know. Forget what I was gonna say. was going to say. Oh, well. No, but you're right, Spencer. I mean, 100%. I mean, it's a good thing. In fact, you're going to be more powerful. Just by knowing that alone, you're going to be more powerful. You know that, right? Than all of them, especially with your gifts. You're going to be able to see. Spencer, did you have a spiritual awakening? Because I think you're about to. Yeah. Yeah, there's mist. Sorry, a minute. Yeah. Wrapped up into. What's that? Abuse and control is. There's abuse and control. Yeah, he's even saying he doesn't even know what to believe. The Mormon guy, he's like, even I don't fully believe, but that's all he knew. He grew up in the church. That's, it's brainwashed. That's all he knew. And now the Holy Spirit has to take him and take him out and show him what it actually is for real. And that Mormonism, it's like a family. They're all, that's what's hard. It's just like if you were brought up in being a Muslim, and you have to denounce everybody. These things can get cultish. I never heard of demerge, that word. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, and it's easy to do. Even with me being in New Age, it's hard for me not to resort back to a tarot card. Like God had to get me to stop and really focus, listen to Him through the Holy Spirit. And it's like I was so focused on the tarot cards. I still go back to them just because I get in my head too much, and it's like an extra alchemy type thing I use. Um, Did you have a spiritual awakening where you felt like you were a light body? I don't know what to say, but we'll start there. Like, did you feel like you're floating, or like, did you have an experience? Let's see. I'm trying to think of what would be similar. Now, do you have, excuse me, do you have visions? In the Mormon religion, because of the mysticism, there might be a spirit attached to that, okay? You tell me if you think that's the case. Went 4? Oh. Huh. What happened at 4, Spencer? Four. Now, did it push you or carry you? Utah. Did you feel like you were being carried, or? Hey, that's okay. Maybe people need to hear it, right? You think? Might help somebody feel like they're not alone, right? Because how many of us are not talking about this? How many of us have these experiences, but because everyone thinks that they're going to be crazy, no one talks about it? You jumped? Wait a minute. Am I missing part of the story? Okay, that might be something different, Spencer. Okay, now why did you jump? Did you jump off down the stairs or over a balcony? Because it could be an angel is what I'm thinking. Yeah, caught you. Okay. Were you now okay. That that has to be your guardian angel because it wasn't time for you to go. It wasn't time for you to go. Or it wasn't time for you to get hurt or anything, I guess, for that matter. I don't know, whatever that was. It's just your guardian angel, right? So now were you trying to kill yourself? What was going on? Because for a guardian angel to step in, and this is 4 years old. Wait a minute. So you were 4 years old when this happened, right? Well, that's just you probably not paying attention. Okay, so you have guardian angels, probably, I'm assuming. And probably what you're communicating with is your angels. So when you're doing the tarot cards, you're probably, that's why you might be pretty accurate at it too. Because some people are more accurate than others, you know. I think it just depends on the person, I feel. And maybe you can tap into it more, but it's really hard. That you have God. God teaches me all of these gifts and stuff. Like I didn't know about there's spiritual gifts that aren't even in the Bible that God taught me about, and you can actually hear what other people are thinking. That's when I stopped serving the Lord because I freaked out, and now I'm just now coming back. Um, and He's actually picking up where we left off, and He's saying, "Okay, yeah, okay, I'll do it this time." Um, just be careful with the demons because remember, who's controlling the demons? Who controls the demons, Spencer? But who uses them for his will and his bidding? They only have so much. I mean, if you want to go down the line of the, what do you call it? Like a network. Um, but they're subject. So just remember that. They're still subject to things that you can subject, that's what's called, you can subject yourself to things. They could lead you into and places you wouldn't want to go, and if your spirit isn't strong enough you will follow. So there is an element of concern that I have for you when you're dabbling, if you're dabbling. But because you have protective angels over you, they aren't able to go but so far. So always remember who you're going to find out eventually soon coming up here who's really in charge of all of them, okay? And I'm just going to put that out there. You might not dabble. Um but you just have to keep your eye open. That's all. You just keep your eyes open. Um, really feel, ask your angels or whatever. You can go straight to God. You believe in Jesus, just go straight to God. Ask God, okay, directly about all of them, okay? Pray about it and see what comes up. Because I believe if you have angel, you might be able to go a little bit further. You might get some new gifts too, or be able to learn to deal with your gifts in a different way. I mean, there's an element you probably know more than me too, because I don't dabble in the dark side. I got out of it. When Leslie, like I said, she was into it and she taught me a lot when it came to the dark side. And that's the only dark that, otherwise, you know me, I'm like my mom. I like to live in a utopia world. You know what I mean? You know my mom? Yeah, my mom, she was psychic, remember? I don't know if you remember. She used to give readings, so I grew up kind of in all of this stuff, you know? You know who else I think is gifted a lot and I'm scared of too at the same time because I raised him. I helped raise him as a baby. Was Devin. I still wonder about Devin. I think he might be a whole other level to all of us. I feel, I don't know. You guys, I think you guys are all meant to be together for some reason. Maybe, I don't know. Someday, maybe you'll never know. With me and my like fantasy, I don't know. Because it's weird. It's like I can see you guys individually, but I can also see you guys interconnected too. Oh, really? Yeah, you were interested in that kind of stuff, I remember. That's kind of cool. So you had this connection since 4 years old. Man. I think you briefly talked about some stuff now that I think about it. It's like vaguely, I have a little remembrance. Yeah, hmm. Hmm. I always feel like if anybody was to survive the end times, it would have like when people talk about the end times, I think of you guys. I'm like, those Hoffmans and stuff, man, they knew how to survive the end times. I wish I could have stuck like when people talk about end times, I go, man, I would have been happy just being around with Shaw. I'd be safe. You know, everyone was into end times. Oh my gosh. I went to an end times church with Leslie. It was all about end times. My mom had a Kabbalion. What's that? I never heard of. She's my mom. I never heard of that. She had all sorts of weird stuff though. I don't know what that was. But you might have understood her in a different way than even me. Now I think about it, maybe. Cabal. I mean, I've never read it. Um, uh, I think here and there. I kind of dabbled a little bit in different things too, here and there, but never really put energy into it, I guess. I was really into Saguru for a while recently. Okay, I married an Indian guy. I don't know if I told you that. Um, Hindu, he was Hindu. He has all these gods. Do you know anything about the Hindu religion? But he wasn't strict in the Hindu religion. Well, it's like from science too, a lot of science. Like, and then there was a lot of science before Jesus, like, well, before Adam and Eve, I hear. I think it comes like, it's supposed to be like the oldest religion. I don't know. I think it comes even, there's stuff I don't even know about. I don't know. Vaguely, I know just, I need to get into it more. I've been thinking about really getting into it, the history. That's where I learn all this stuff is history. You don't really know religion unless you have to dive into history. I just don't see how people cannot and just accept whatever, you know. You want something that's preserved, something that's right and true and all that stuff. No, I never read that. You know what I was kind of vaguely interested in? Mary Magdalene. When I first had my spiritual awakening, I was like, I thought I was a reincarnation of Mary Magdalene because I was like having the God kept showing me think Mary Magdalene, and I just didn't get what he was saying. And I always had this strange connection to her. Like, yeah, that's who I'm supposed that's my spirit animal, like. So I'm supposed to be like. And she supposedly wrote some scriptures or whatever that wasn't posted. Um, it's very interesting. It does sound very. It reminds me exactly of the Renaissance era, and I'm kind of thinking that's how the Renaissance came about. I mean, well, they say that, and they did kiss a lot, but I really believe because I'm an asexual. Sheldon never knew about that. In fact, that would explain a lot of things if you were to tell him. But yeah, I think Jesus was an asexual too, which is like you don't connect to the flesh. You just don't connect to the flesh in the same way, but yet it's more powerful and the best ecstasy feeling you could ever have. So you don't need sex. It's kind of hard to explain. Well, no, there was some well, I don't know. A rabbi? Really? I thought that some withstood from sex though. Like I thought it was just one of those things. I'd have to do my research on that. I don't know. It's been a while. I'm just now coming back actually. I used to know the Bible way more and I forgot it all. I was gone for like 12 years, 13. Me and yeah. Yeah, the Catholics remind me of just another like Jewish sect to me. In some way, I always like feel I gotta study that more too. And what really was what? Because I was just studying that. What do you mean? There was a lot, well, there was a lot of women actually, but what they don't talk about is on that, was it that day? Wait, was it? No, I'm thinking of something else. Yeah. Um, okay. Now, did they had a big feast or was that the big feast? Maybe I'm thinking of something else. They had a big feast, right? Yeah. That was the big feast. Wasn't there a lot of women there? Oh, wait, that you're saying the Last Supper was the wedding? What do you mean the wedding? I mean, there's so many things that are out there, you know? I wonder, I also want to study the Dead Sea Scrolls more in reference to some of that, because I feel it's pretty, going to be relatively accurate. I don't know. Never know. You really have to like pray about it and ask the whole, like, to me, I don't even trust my brain anymore. I've realized that it can delude me so many times that I just finally have to just like give it up. Um, huh. Well, I know there's a lot of talk about, and in the big scheme of things, like I'm like, well, it really doesn't matter if he was married or not. It's like, to me, in my opinion, what he did on this earth was relative. You know, everything was prophesied perfectly to a T. Things were kept sacred, and through everything, the word was preserved. I totally believe in the word as being like the word of God. And but yeah, there's you know, there's other things that you never know. And there was sometimes there's words, that they try to figure out, and there's little things here and there. So it's like I really try to surrender. The only way I was able to know truth was just completely so, and I'm still, God's teaching me. I used to say, yeah, I know 5 to 10% of what really is, because just from my statistics, I would see the numbers like, oh wow, once I talk to them and tell them that their spiritual gift is this, and God told me to tell them this, that there was way much more of the story that I didn't know. And they were excited to tell me all about it. And then I realized, wow, I only knew 5 to 10. And now God says, 1%. And most days He tells me I know nothing. So just accept it. It said that Mary and him were kissing a lot. There was jealousy. There was. No doubt. I mean, and speculation is one of those things where if I see Justin Bieber and his wife out and about being all lovey-dovey, of course I'm going to put two to two together, right? But maybe his relationship was just so different with her, but supposedly he told her a lot more secrets. I know these things are in the Bible, right? And there was an element of the guy. I mean, there was obviously they had a reason. And because she was much more open to receive, maybe more than the other guys were. I think she was more open. Yeah. Um, men's brains think differently than women's too. So maybe her writings would have been different than a man's, I'm wondering. I'm wondering. Because we see things differently. Hmm. When people ask, where do I start in the Bible? Or what Bible do I read? I say just read about Jesus. God will lead you wherever else, because it gets too confused. It's just nothing, everything's out of order. When the church came, it was a free for all and there was no order. And I feel like we're just now trying to put it in order. And the only way to do that is for the true power to rise in Christ. So it's like there's people that are prodigals now that are rising up in true power that I'm seeing, I'm witnessing with my own eyes. True power. You're going to about to see some changes. The church is destroyed. It's over. It's done. I hope you know that. It's done. God's remember in the beginning, Spencer, God was upon the water, God moved upon the water. You know the universe is growing at the speed of light. God's still moving. God's moving right now. And God's going to save his people. God's not going to put up with this. He didn't put up with the Jews. He's not going to put up with this, Spencer. Like, it's time. It's done. I'm getting the chills. I know I'm right. So, if you want to gain true power in this day and this age, Spencer, welcome to the world. You were born in just the right time, right place, right space. There's a reason why you're here right now. God's going to show his true power coming up here. You're about to see some stuff. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be very chaotic. There's going to be great division. But there's also going to be great power, too, coming out of that division. So who do you think's going to win? Power or real power? God power? Do you think God's going to reveal himself to his people? Because he loves them? Because he's long-suffering? Because that's what love is? Do you know God has been suffering all these years? It's long-suffering, man. He'll suffer long. He doesn't care if you're a murderer. God looks at the inner man, the heart. Like, he doesn't care about all this stuff. It's all about the heart with God. God knows who you were before your mother's womb. Knitted you together. Molded you together. There you are. And he wants his return on investment, which is us. Yeah, I'm sure you'll have your spiritual way. But you've been asking for this, so it's okay. You want true power? About to see it. Want true power? You know what? There's a beauty to a rebel, Spencer. There's a beauty to being a rebel. You could be a rebel for God, or you could be a rebel for the enemy. But there's a rebel is a fighter. A rebel is someone that's been trained in combat. A rebel stands out from the group. You won't. It's hard to believe in this dark world. I get it. Stop dreaming. Well, God loves us, man. That's it. That's what it was all about in the beginning, you know. I mean, yeah, because we're all made in his image, right? It's not about God dreaming. God knows who he is. God is God. God's always been God. He's not going to stop being God. We're under him, if anything. We're subject to him. But yet we still have free will, which is kind of nice, but weird. I mean, I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I do know that people can rise up to a power. That I know. And that's all I know. I'm not religious, and I don't have all the answers. A lot of people are angry at God because they feel like they desert him because they have been deserted. Like, we are the foster children that need to be reunited with our Father in a weird way, you know? I can't even, like, I can't even be in the, they used to tell me at church all the time, like, Laura, you can't be so spiritually minded that you're no earthly good. Like, I want to delete the world. I don't even want to be a part of this world. Because when you're starseed and when you're connected to like the spiritual realm and stuff like that, of course you don't want to be part of this world, right? Because you realize the reality of what's real. But because you can see it, so all you can be is what? A testimony. But you're not going to be a testimony if you're holding it back because you're afraid because of fear or whatever, right? But I'm sure I think God's going to use it. Yeah. I used to have and nothing's really what it seems. It's so strange. I used to have dreams of, I know a lot of people talk about well, aliens and stuff like that, I guess. But I used to have things about, I think this was back when I was with Sheldon too. I can't remember. But like like um like a Middle Earth. But now I realize, and I used to think, oh, there's a Middle Earth. But now I realize the Middle Earth is something else. And now I forget what it is, to be honest with you. You know, the Mormon guy, and a lot of people I talk to that had spiritual awakenings, they do talk of other realms all the time. So I'm familiar with a lot of the stories. I used to follow like Unite the Collective on YouTube. So it's like they talk in codes. So when I'm listening to Unite the Collective talk, he's instructing his spiritual people, and I'm like dice because I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about like aliens, what do you call it, other life beings and stuff like that, other realms. And I don't understand it, but when he's talking, I understand it because it's spiritual. So spiritual things are spiritually discerned. You can, I can, like, I can understand your language, even though I don't understand it. I'll get like an idea in the spirit of what it is. You know what I mean? It says that there's no way to see the Father but through the Son. So for people to really see the Father in his heart and experience the spirituality in a different way, I'll just say a different way. Even your gifts, you'd be surprised, will change. They'll be the same gifts, but they'll be like, oh, I never felt that before. It's the same gift, but there's something added to it. There's missing pieces that Jesus can only give you too until you like tap in and just really tap into Jesus. Yeah, interdimensional beings. What was it? Oh, does it? It comes from mythology. They talk about, I forget the name of that. There's a land. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. But anyway, when he's talking, he'll say, yeah, I just got through gridding. Um, he'll grid like different countries and like the pyramids, or he'll go and grid and like get kick demons out of places. And I'm like, this guy's doing some stuff, but outside, even though he believes in Jesus too, right? So it's like one of those weird things where there's another dimension of the spiritual world that even I don't understand, but I understand to a certain degree. Yeah. What do you mean, space cadet? I guess unless you see it, you can't believe it, right? Remember, we used to do mushrooms. Whenever I would do mushrooms, kid you not, Spencer, I always saw nuns. And I have this deep connection to Catholicism that even my mom used to see blue nuns. I am now like talking to a guy right now, and like supposedly in the spiritual realm, I see him like he's supposed to be my husband, I think. And he is like has these blue nuns in his family. He's been drawing blue nuns. I'm like, there's so many crazy interconnected things that I'm like, okay, this is another realm. I mean, I've had relationships in the flesh, never in the spirit, I guess. I I stopped doing mushrooms. And I can only do it with Sheldon. I only trusted if I was with Sheldon. There was a lot of times I only did drugs because Sheldon was with me. I wouldn't have done it on my own. No way I wouldn't have done drugs. I only had the balls, especially like acid. I whenever I think of acid, I think of Schmedling, Jason Schmedling. Remember Jason Schmedling? He lives here in Nevada too. I think he works at the airport. Might run into him if you ever come. Yeah, it's interesting where it takes your mind, right? And wait, if you're spiritual, oh my gosh, Spencer, what do you see? Like, really, what do you see? And why do you want to torment yourself? Joe Comstock. Dude, that guy showed up the last I heard at my mom's doorstep before she died. And he wouldn't leave. And he was like, the memories. He was the one that missed us the most out of all our friends, you guys, everybody. You know who still comes back? Joe Comstock. He's the one that remembers all you guys, man. I think he was with a girl too. I think he went to jail or she did or something. I don't know. Joe Comstock, man, little Italian fire guy. I used to try to set him up with all the girls because he's so good looking and he was so much fun. And everyone kind of liked him. So I was always trying to set him up with all my friends and stuff as much as I could. It was fun. I loved being around Sheldon because I got to hang out with the guys. I loved hanging out with all the construction workers, cracking their backs, jumping on them. What? Blew up someone's porch. Oh, man. A good thing you didn't blow up my mom's porch. Really? And we still keep in touch with this guy. Like, he really loved us all, didn't he? Did he try to keep in touch with all you guys? I think he loved Sheldon. He was Sheldon's like best friend for so long, and they would wrestle out in the yard. Everyone thought Sheldon was a professional ninja, no, professional martial artist, and the guy just watched Bruce Lee and learned master techniques because he's that freaking genius that he fooled everybody, and everyone thought, don't mess with that. Hey, at least he learned. Every time he went to school, he told me he had to be somebody else, a different character, just to make sure no one beat him up or messed with him. So he learned all these things, to survive. Yeah. Yeah. Good times, man. Good times. Do you remember Debbie Barris? She's still my friend. I miss her too. She was my favorite. I had so much fun with her. We laughed with her so much. Oh my God. She used to come to all our parties and stuff, I think, once in a while. Not all of them, but I think we were too wild for her. Yeah, she was kind of tame. She was my spiritual when I was hanging out with you guys and it was things were getting kind of crazy. She was the one I always listened to. It would get me out of trouble if I felt safe as long as I had her around. If she said no, she's not going to a party, I said, okay, if Debbie's not going, I'm not going then. Most of the time, unless Sheldon talked me into it. I'll tell you what, dude, your brother, when me and him first saw each other, it was like this magnet. We looked at each other and we just locked eyes. To this day, I've never looked at a guy. I've never had an experience with a man. Like when you're just like, you just look at each other up once and up and down and you're just like locking eyes and you can't stop staring at each other. And you're just like, you're gone. You just know you're gone. That's how it was. Everyone thought like me and Sheldon would like get married and live happily ever after or whatever. But because we had that, everyone felt that deep connection that we had, you know? Marnie, oh my God, it's so weird you mentioned that because I'm like, well, maybe that's why she's been coming to my mind lately. Because you were from that. And I was thinking about Marnie and that other girl, Nikki. Nikki and Marnie, man. They were like little prostitutes or something. I don't know what happened to them, but they went down some path I didn't want to go down. They were trying to get me into some weird stuff. I was like, oh no. Well, I was going to start a band, but that's when I was going to get into music. I said, you know what? I think I'm just going to take my mom's route into network marketing. Yeah, that sounds good. She make a lot of money. She could teach me, okay, fast route. Don't got to go to school. Sounds good to me. Be your own boss. You went to school with them? Oh, yeah, huh? Bet they were. They were younger, right? Yeah. I loved all our little misfit friends. Like, everyone was like, why do you hang out with those? Not those people, but they're like, why, like in school, why do you hang out with all the unpopular people, Lori? And I was like, because they're nicer than you people, man. Kids are mean. I don't even think I would put my kids in school. Temple City. I love Temple City. And they, up to 25 years old, you could get like a lot of free schooling from being a part of that city. Now the school's all Chinese. I don't think you'll see anybody that's not Chinese at that school now. Now I think about it. It was all white people when I was growing up. You even would have some Mexicans. You wouldn't even have black. There may be some Mexicans. And even that was hard to find. It was like predominantly white. And then the Chinese came in and now it's all Chinese. And they tore down the old house in Temple City. It's not there anymore. They rebuilt a 2-story house. Maybe 3 stories. I think it's 2 stories though. Sheldon went to I thought Sheldon graduated from Temple City High School. Like he'll claim that he didn't, but I guess maybe he did go to another school. Yeah, my mom's house on Golden West. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Hmm. Yeah, that was some wild times, man. We had a lot of fun though. I loved hanging out with all the. Sheldon worked from a very young age. The good thing about Sheldon, we were able to have a lot of things in life. And he was able to bless me and my mom. To be honest with you, he's the reason why my mom could thank him a lot for him contributing financially when my dad left. He made a lot of money and he helped my mom financially too. And she was struggling for a while. I mean, she did okay, but still, he did help out a lot. And we were able to have like all those motorcycles and go on boats and have all kinds of fun experiences because he started working in the Mormon group at the age of probably before 12, he already had a career. And he could make good money. On the weekends, he was making money too, probably helping you guys out, right? Financially. Because I think you guys were struggling financially at the time and he had to step up or. Oh man, I miss going camping. I love boating. I loved all that stuff. And I'll tell you, the good thing about being a part of the Hoffman family, you knew where you were going to be every weekend. You knew that you were all going to be together every weekend. You know, it's like everyone got together, whether it was like a bunch of brothers or the whole family. You know what I can never forget about is Sheldon saving your mom's life that one day. I was traumatized, almost seeing your mother die because she was choking. Like she probably would have died much earlier. My God, if he wasn't there, I'm thinking, oh my gosh. It was so scary. I was so scared. Fishing. I could never get into fishing though, man. This is too boring. Yeah, she was choking on steak. I remember that. Oh, it was at a park. We had a big gathering. Sheldon had to get up, I think, on the seats, and because she was a bigger woman, right? He had to take all his might just to give her the Heimlich because he had to really get over his arms, and he was tall. Thank God he had his long arms. Like, trying to get. Oh my God, it's just traumatizing thinking about it. To be honest with you, it's so nerve-wracking. I was like, these kids cannot see their grandmother die right now. This is not happening. Really? I don't even remember where it was at, to be honest. We went to so many different parks all the time and never remember where we were going. I remember us taking trips with Shannon in the car. To Vegas. And I always think, whenever I'm driving back and forth to California, Vegas, I always think about that time. Like, I remember bunnies running in front of the road. Now they're all dead. They must be because I never see bunnies running across the road. At late at night, if we were driving long trips, it's like, I always remember dead bunnies. Oh, there goes another dead bunny. Oh, there goes another dead bunny. I always think of my trips with Shannon killing bunnies. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Sheldon, man, that was his element. Sheldon's element was so in the forest, you know? It was he could sniff out a lizard. He knew where lizards hit. He knew the forest like the back of his hand. So he probably should have been a hunter professional, but which you think he did get into, right? Yeah. They're crazy. Ooh, excuse me. Gosh, you brought back a lot of memories, Spencer. A lot of memories. You just taking me back, aren't you, Spencer? Yeah. I remember us going to Monrovia and hiking up there a lot towards the end. That was towards the end. And we used to, I remember Sheldon used to like to go to, you know what, you know, to this day, and I tell him over and over again, Shane is so funny. And the thing that bothers him the most about me, and I think he hates me, is he remembers me ripping up Sheldon's clothes because we were breaking up, and I was so mad at him. So, and he used to wear no underwear with his clothes, and so like you could see everything, and like the girls used to like him, let's just say. And I was like, no, you're not going to have these clothes and get all these cute women. So I tore up the clothes. And he was like, why did you tear up Shell? He thought I was a maniac, a crazy woman. And he always think he worried about me because of that. And I had to explain to him, and I don't think he still believed me because I think he believes something in his head, like I'm some crazy person or something. Um, I remember one time me and Sheldon got into an argument and I didn't want him to leave. And I was cornering him. And he never laid hands on me. I'll tell you what, Sheldon, as crazy as he is, he would not he would not lay hands on me. He would not hurt me. He was like so gentle. And the one time he did hurt me, he pushed me. And he didn't realize his strength because he was so angry at me. And he pushed me so hard, I went flying. I'm telling you, that man has power, dude. Woof, all I remember is I don't even know what hit me. I was on the ground. I mean, it wasn't that, it was because when he pushed me, I hit my back of my head, hit the wall, and then I fell to the ground. But, and I vaguely remember, but I just remember the look in his face. He was just like, get out of my face. It wasn't like, I'm going to kill you or anything. It's just like, stop it. Just leave me alone. I was obsessed with him. Like, I was like, no, you can't leave me. You're my God. I need you. Who am I without you? I had an identity crisis after he left because he literally told me who I was. I didn't believe any of it. So that's my story. In case you're wondering why he tore up his clothes, because Shane, like, he's like, all of us brothers could never understand. They're like, you need to leave that woman. That's probably when they were really pushing, hey, you're young. You might want to think about this. You don't need this obsessed, crazy girl after you. I was crazy. I was obsessed. Literally took me 15 years to get over that man. I remember I wanted to have his kids so bad too, because I was like, I want a little Sheldon. I wanted like a little Spencer or like a little Brendan. So I think of you and Brendan. It's like, Brendan was so smart. Oh my God. He reminded me so much of Sheldon's spirit. He was like genius too. But I mean, he wouldn't, I don't know. You wouldn't think because it wasn't. Oh wait. Did we get disconnected? Are we connected? Are they? I bet his kids are really cool. Wait, whose kids are pretty cool? Sheldon's or okay. Yeah, I'm not surprised because like it's a spirit thing, but yeah, because I knew that if this is how crazy it is spiritually. Okay, me as a spiritual Lori was like, I knew that Sheldon was spiritually gifted. I knew he was highly gifted. So I was like, if I was to have a kid with him, our kid would be really lit. And I always thought if I wanted a kid, I wanted it to be his. That's why I don't have kids. Yeah, something glitched, I think. Yeah, his daughter. I hope his daughter gets more into art. Now that I'm getting into art, I kind of hope she gets more into art. The oldest one, I think. She's very Hawaiian. Looks like her mother, to be honest with you. You know what's weird? When I look at Sheldon's kids, why do I not see Sheldon? I think there's one kid, right? They all look like her, right? They look very Hawaiian. Hawaiian, man, that's some strong gene, huh? I mean, Sheldon, you guys he was like American Indian too, right? Doesn't Hawaiian have an American Indian flavor? So, I mean, it makes sense in a weird way, I would think. And they're mostly like the mother. Well, does he stand out of the group? Is he like you, Spencer? Is Sheldon like you now? Gosh. What is he doing for a career now? Did I ask you that and I forgot? Hmm. Because I feel like if me and him were to have a kid, it would be just like him. I just feel like he would have had, I feel like that child, like I always felt this way. I felt like if I was to have a kid with him, it would be his child. You know how some people have a kid and it's either the woman's child or the man's child, like that connection, that spiritual connection. I feel like it would have been his like little buddy. I was like, oh, I always wanted to give him a child so he could have his little buddy. So he's not alone. Yeah. I know. I'm just going down. I'm just going in my head. Sorry. I'm there, Spencer, man. You got me there. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to think about because it's not something I talk about to anybody else, but I can talk about it to you, right? I remember the last I heard he was had a career as a scuba teacher or something. And he lived in Colorado for a while, and which I'm jealous. I was like, oh, I love Oregon and Colorado. I love it over there. Probably. Oh boy. So now you have a child. Yeah, and I heard that her she had psoriasis and it was hard for her to live. She had to go back to Hawaii. It's hard for her to live in Colorado with her psoriasis or something. I remember when he first was dating her, he was sending me, in fact, I just the other day found an invitation to Sheldon's wedding. I was like, I didn't know he invited me to his wedding. I think it was probably somewhere else where I can go. Plus, I was devastated, but yeah, he was telling me about he was dating this other girl and he was gonna propose to her. And I was like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" I felt like he just wanted to hurry up and get married. And then he met his now wife, Cece. Yeah. Do you believe it? I was like, what if they say if anybody rejects, I'd be like, no, I wouldn't have done that. Actually, I was very happy for him because she was a good girl. And I remember thinking, I hope he picks her versus the other girl. The other girl, I don't know. I just didn't feel it, I guess. The other girl, she was a white girl. She was a Mormon. I think that's why I wanted to do it. Maybe because she was white and a Mormon, he was in Hawaii. And it was, there wasn't many white people there, maybe. I'm thinking. And he ended up going out with Cece shortly after. He was gonna marry. He had a. I remember he scheduled, or he was going to schedule, and I can't remember if it's for his wife now or if it was for his ex, because it's been so long. But helicopter ride. He was going to schedule a helicopter ride and propose to her or something like that. It was pretty epic and cute. It was just adorable. Yeah. And I was like, wow. And he used to tell me, Lori, do you ever think about getting married? And I wanted to tell him so bad, yes. But I never really told him how I really felt. And that's why I think it's coming out too. I'm like, gosh, sometimes I used to think, I wonder if Sheldon never knew that I could never get over him. And then, of course, he's married. So, of course, I'm not going to like break anything up. But at the same time, I was happy for him because I felt like, well, it just wasn't meant to be. It's like one of those things. So God had to like deliver me or whatever. What was interesting process. All our friends were each other's friends. So I had to leave out all my friends except for Leslie, so that was good. I still had Leslie and I had Shane, and we were family for a while. I was their nanny for a while. I loved Shane. Was so cute. You guys have no idea. Shane was a little. I mean, he was rough with his boys. But anyway, but he was cute at the same time. He would fix them dinner every Sunday and dance around the house, and the kids would all giggle and laugh and have fun. But he played too rough. Eventually, they get hurt. He didn't know his own strength ever. But that's what made his one boy tough. And I always wish, I was like, I just want to save him. I'm like, so I was glad that I was there to be a nanny. I was like, come on, little Brendan, don't be hurt. He was such a little love bug. I love Brendan. He was so adorable. He was so cute. And I laughed. That boy had such the best personality. Out of anybody, he had the best personality. And Sheldon had a really good personality too. And that's why I always thought like they were like soulmates or something. Yeah, I mean, it's weird how a connection can be. Feel so strong, yet you could be so wrong, right? So weird. That's why I don't trust my feelings anymore. I'm learning. Can't trust my feelings. So he's 14. Do you feel like sad that he's getting older? Yeah, Spencer, you might want to touch basis, just feel him out, right? And don't allow them to look at you as the same child that you used to be. You know what I mean? I mean, just be kind to him and nice, but be understanding and patient too. Like sometimes, especially Shane, he can get in his head and he's stuck, dude. Shane's stuck in the past, I think, and I have a bad feeling about that. But um, a lot of the brothers have a hard time, I think, letting go. But they're older now, so things might be different. So. They don't see you what way? Like I said, Leslie would understand you. Leslie's the one that talks to Shane. Leslie's the one that can maintain that boy. She can barely do it. Oh, yeah. That's good. You were like one of us, even though you're younger. We didn't really see you as being younger. I think you kind of acted older for your age or something. You just kind of fit in or whatever. I mean, we were aware you were younger, but we forgot a lot. We forgot you were younger. I remember we forgot you were younger a lot, I believe. Because it's like, and I was kind of glad that you were around us versus maybe someone else. Although you were relatively a decent school. I know we got them wild streaks. It's okay. It's okay. God made you this way. Yeah. I I always felt like kind of protective over you, actually, because I think it's that spiritual. It's got to be that, because I'm like that now. There's a guy downstairs. I don't know him. He could be a serial killer for all I know, but my spirit's like, yep, I know who you are. You're an angel. I just know people, you know. It's like one of those things, and it's like, um, yeah. Yeah, and it's also survival skills sometimes too. Sometimes when we're forced to use our intuition, we get a hard reality, and that's when a lot of times you see the spiritual realm because you're forced to be protected in some way. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, you definitely have to keep in touch with me because I want to know what's going to happen with you now. I'm like, why is this going on? I'm like, what's going to happen? Because usually, in my experience lately, when things like this happen and something going on, it's weird how things are interconnected. It's so strange to me. Like God's been showing me so much lately. Like, yeah, you know, all that you went through. Did you know every little thing meant something? No, I didn't know every little thing meant something, and it all like had significant meaning to it. Yeah, like I call these miracles for me because we don't see them every day. And you go, oh, that was weird, but that's really weird. And you're like, I can't believe this is happening. You're like, I can't believe this is happening right. I wonder what it's like to be you right now, too. I want to know what process you went through to get here now. Like the juicy details. Is it? So I wonder, has YouTube algorithm been changing lately or something? Because I mean, it is Google and it is AI. It's like not seasoned, but you know, AI's here. Ah, wow. Well, you're not boring at all, obviously, Spencer. I've been talking to you for over 2 hours, so I'd say you're not boring at all. I would find you quite interesting. Imagine that. Yeah. And they eat everything. I had three boys. I was married for I was together with a guy for 15 years, married 6 actually, but I helped him raise his 3 boys. And it was the funnest thing, the craziest but funnest thing I ever did in my life. Love boys. I think because I hung out with you guys and like I'm around boys. To me, it was like being in heaven. In fact, I married my husband because I fell in love with his boys first. And um yeah, they're so creative though. The hate you stage? Yeah, that's usually fun. Especially when that means he cares a lot about what people think. And it could be a concerning too, so be careful of that, right? Like I'm thinking suicide, so be careful. Because mm, getting tired of it. Yeah, because when you're in it, when you're swimming in it, and all you care about is what other people think, and you stop caring about what you think, oh, that's where it becomes a problem. Oh, we got some spammers. We got some. I rape little boys and girls. And it's a clown. Huh. So wait a minute. He's autistic? Okay. With Leslie, I used to work with autistic kids. They're highly gifted too, by the way. Now Asperger's, I don't know about. Because maybe it's been a while. But I'm trying to remember what the spiritual gifts are. Because I used to live with some autistic kids too. You know what it is? Spencer, you know what I think he has? I think he has your spiritual gifts. Right? Well, no, you told me he does, right? Okay. So what they do is they shut down. It's part of shutting down. It's part of not dealing with it. He might have stronger gifts too. Oh, chills, yeah. Ooh, he might have stronger gifts. Dude, you might not even be able to help him, dude. I mean, what kind of things does he... Well, he probably doesn't want to say. I don't know. Because... Okay. Let's see. Autistic. I learned things from autistic. A lot of things too. Like human nature even. They're very feeling creatures. When you're like the autistics that I dealt with were we don't see them as being emotional, but they do have emotions. That's what's interesting. It's very different. Very different. I feel it's a spiritual gift a lot. I was always fascinated by the autistic children. And they're also different too. It's not like they're cookie cutter. That's why I'm like, how does anyone understand autism? Because so different. Did you put the What's the name of his channel? I'll type it up. I'll check him out right now. Give me his channel name and let's see if we can find him. As long as it's not music, it won't get copyrighted. I can check him out. Vive Gam. Okay, so he plays video games.
I, Eva X, humbly submit a toast to Nicholas Alexander for successfully managing to pirate Warcraft 3, so that he may play Defense of the Ancients. Congratulations, Nick. Enjoy your Dota.
Now, is your son creative? Is he really creative? So sometimes when a child is creative, they live in their own head. He'll live in his own world, and that's where the autism kind of comes from. And it's okay. It's okay. Let's see. Put me more videos here. I wanted to see his face. He has a lot of videos, Spencer. Did I just delete it? No, there it is. Okay. Okay. Now, is YouTube his outlet? Yeah. So he's aware. No, I haven't. So he makes stories. Now, does he want to be a filmmaker? Yeah, Discord kind of goes with so the gaming kind of comes from the creativity, I think, too. Because I always feel like people that are into this are gamers, too. And I don't know why that is. Wow. So what does he talk about being when he grows up? What was it? Yeah, it could be a certain kind of art he's drawn to. That's what I'm thinking. You know, he might not know. He's probably trying to figure it out. Let me see. Let's see here. Oh, this is a live. He's really in it. He's used to it. So now, does he have any friends? Oh, really? Morgan's Wonderland. Okay. So, so does he have people that he can relate to is basically it? Okay. So he has gaming friends. But what I'm wondering is if he has someone that's like him. You know how you said you're different, Spencer? And you know how important that is?
Hello, everybody. How's it going? I need to test it. I'm gonna turn it on just a bit.
Does he talk about...
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the... Let's put this right here. I'd like to say welcome to the very first day of the Beats Gaming class. Here.
Did he ever go to did he ever do probably didn't. Did he ever think about doing anything in film at all? Like, does he have any, is he obsessed with movies? Anything like that? Yeah, it's just that he's disconnecting. It's like kind of a disassociation type of thing, but that's okay. It's his creativity, I think. I think it's because he knows he's different, which is good that he knows it. Like, I think he's self-aware to some degree, right? That's probably why he said he knows. Yeah, okay. You know what I would say? I'm a big believer in people children putting their energy into a healthy outlet. Because if they don't, they can tend to wander too much and they lose themselves in the future. And I feel like he needs to start thinking about his future right now, so he can be on a path. I feel like if he's on a direct path, he will be much healthier mentally too, you know? Really? Oh, I love lightning and thunderstorms. I want to be out in a pool. That's my problem whenever they're around. I'm like, I'll die like this. But yeah, your son, you know, if he was my son, I think I would put him in film school like right away. Like, I would like, get your GED, let's do this. You need to totally get lost in this world. Something to put, because I think he'll get frustrated if he doesn't have an outlet. I know how important it is when you're creative to have that outlet, you know? He's probably just focused on school right now, which is good. And that's okay, too. But I'll tell you what, I'd probably have him live at my house till he's like 25 years old. I'd be like, no, I'm going to protect you until your brain finishes developing. And just relax. Like, just take it easy and enjoy. And he needs to be creative, you know? I feel like he needs to be creative. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, definitely pay attention to what comes out of his mouth, because I think he knows. Because he's always going to go back to the one. The one. Sometimes in life we try to fit into a box, and he's definitely not that type of kid you can try to fit into a box. In fact, he'll shut down, and that's what he's going to do. You can't put him in a box. He's like, and that's why he's your kid, right? Yeah, I'm telling you, this kid, man. I don't know. Like I said, I know nothing, but what I do know, I think it's pretty incredible. I think he can go places. Like you can go places, because just from talking to you, I can tell he's even farther than you. You guys probably have some interesting conversations, right? Huh. That can happen. I got into storytelling for a while, and I was connecting to spirits, dude. It is a thing. For sure. You're telling the stories of the spirits. Yeah, that can definitely be a thing. And that's probably why he's drawn to it too. Probably be like you, drawn to anything occultish, and probably be paganism and all that stuff. I can see it. I could see it. But, you know, you never know where life's going to take you.
We're not like all nerdy and everything. We like to teach cool topics and certain kind of subjects. Not, a whole lot of math. Hold on, guys. We got people not behaving very well. We got students not behaving.
I'm enjoying your
Johnny Gamer?
Not behaving. You have
need
to do
chill
something
out,
about
okay?
that.
Or I'm going to have to sadly put you in timeout, okay?
You tell him.
Don't spam, please.
Look, he's being so polite, isn't he?
Alright.
God
That
bless
isn't
his heart.
appropriate, so I'm going to have to remove it.
He's the law abider.
Don't say that again. Alright. You know what? Try to be nice, but
Do you think your son's an angel?
Man, sorry.
I'm like,
sorry.
I think your son's an angel.
Interrupting. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I believe he does.
Yeah, they're people are
But
people are
even though people believe they're atheists,
not making very good
doesn't mean
behaving
anything.
choices.
We all do. We all question. He probably should question things.
Welcome to the very.
That's okay.
I mean, if they keep rating and I can't stop them, we're just gonna have to ignore them.
But yeah.
But
I
anyway,
see it.
welcome to the first day of class. I'm glad to be here, and it is awesome.
Yeah, I guess it was
we
an
most
angel,
likely
isn't it?
will not be teaching anything today.
Well, most
This
likely.
stream is about getting ready and talking about what we're going to be doing.
He's cute. He's
And
cute.
there's
He's
also
adorable.
Just more important things I want to talk about. If you have any questions, just put it in the live chat. Just don't, nothing
I
inappropriate.
used to have a
We
young
don't
boy
accept
that he's so cute.
Also,
I used to have a young boy that was like an odd one out, and he used to wear glasses too, and all the kids used to make fun of him, and his older brother his middle brother that used to, well, they both messed with him all the time, used to give him a hard time. I'll tell you what, you didn't mess with their brother though, because he would beat them up. He's like, no. So they protect him. He loved his middle brother, followed him around everywhere. But the same the brothers that protect him would give him a hard time too and mess with him. Because he was awkward too. And annoying, I guess. I don't know. That's what they say. When my kids were playing video games, I said, okay, you can play video games, guys. But when you start yelling and fighting with each other and throwing controllers at TVs and each other, that's where we draw the line. Your privileges are going to be taken away. Do you know they could not, for the life of them, withstand their emotions when it came to trying to win? They were so competitive. You get 3 boys in a room, boy. And so they never were able to play video games because they're always getting like in trouble and their privileges taken away. Because I was like strict like that. Like, no, you had to be kind. You had to like, and I was kind of like my mom. Like, if you're going to go out with a girl or even a friend, I have to know them. I have to talk to the parents. I have to feel them out, for me to feel comfortable. I'm not just going to send my kid to someone's house overnight, So it's hard having kids, man, especially this day and age. But he's okay. He'll be fine, He's cute. He reminds me of you. He does. Now looking at him? Yeah, I see it. Your little mouth, right? It's been a while. I'm trying to remember now. Your nose, right? Yeah, I guess I can kind of see it. I don't know. Now I'm thinking of, like I said, Brendan. Because he's kind of like that too. He had that mouth. It was so cute. It was like funky little mouth. And he went around walking. He was in his diaper and he was fat. He had this big, huge belly, just like Shane. It was like a little mini Shane. And he would like say the funniest things and like question, why did you do? He was always saying funny things. Yeah. That's rough. Yeah. My God, can you imagine? You guys were out and about having real lives, man. These kids these days, they just stay in where it's safe, play video games, and argue with people on the computer. Can't get beat up that way. I don't know. But he's like, you guys are going to be good. Oh, it's so cute. He called it first day of first class. It's a whole world, another world, the video game world, you know? I could see him totally fitting into the video game. Oh, he's in it. He is in it. He probably wants to be a gamer, right? Because that's all he grew up seeing. But you gotta be good, I guess. I don't know. Oh, they would have, you know what your brothers would have been into? Pranks. I bet you and your brothers would have been into pranks. I remember you were really into music. That's all I remember. I'm trying to think of what you were into. Remember we used to play Atari, right? Beginning of all the video games, practically. Ooh. My mom passed away, and my dad. Does he get competitive? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. I thought I'd tell you because you guys were always over there. Is he? He's very competitive? Huh. Yeah, video games are like another world, you know? I worry about like the subliminal stuff that goes on with video games. That's what I think about. Because they have music that seems like they have subliminal stuff. Oh, bro. I'm getting tired of it. Oh, man. Oh, Spencer, do you smoke weed? You smoke. Did your son ever try weed? You know how big into weed we were, Spencer? Dude, that's all we ever did. That's all I remember. Like, really? I never smoked so much weed. I smoke weed. I stopped for quite a while and I went into a deep depression. And so because I was raised on weed, my mom did it and I kind of emulated her and I got it. They said if you do it before your brain fully develops, um, it can cause you to be dependent on the THC you can go into depression later. And then you can lack THC in your body or something. I don't know, some stuff. Anyway, I went through a depression, took one hit a week. Guess what? All depression now went away instantly. I was like, wow, that was amazing. Yeah, the high part I don't like, but I kind of like it sometimes because I can go deep within my mind and creative, like for me. But then the high part, and then I can't think properly and have the focus. So yeah, it doesn't work out very well for me. But at the time I was going through depression, I had a lot of back pain, like my body was breaking down. You know, it was so bad, and the weed fixed my back pain. I'm telling you, I'm like, it is an herb. Yeah. Oh. It became legal here. And that's at the time when I started getting into it. God, it'd be so cool to get stoned with you guys. Now I'm thinking about it. That's why I was asking you, probably. Trying to wake myself up. Usually I've been staying up pretty late. Actually, maybe it's like, wow. I was like, this emotional roller coaster. Unless if I have like do it before bed, it helps me sleep. But then it messes up my dreams. So I don't think I get good sleep by doing it long run. And so I'm trying to get off of it. Now I'm on the process of trying to get off of it. Yeah. Oh, really? I I I thought I had more dreams when I smoked weed, but someone told me, "Oh no." Have you ever heard of Spiritual Soul? He's a gamer and he talks a lot about spirituality. I was following him for a while. And yeah, he says some pretty interesting. He's a prophet a little bit. He has a gift of prophecy, I think, from birth. I don't know. I think he's chosen to it. My face starts to itch when I get tired too. I want to sit longer. Hope I can. But yeah, I don't dream anymore when I'm on it for some reason. I'm like, I don't know, I feel like my nose is right here. Then I got something in it. I'm all being rude and weird with you. I sometimes I think, and Debbie, she's a nurse now. I'm like, I'm gonna smoke weed with you. I'm like I just want the good old days. Like that's how I remember my good times, partying, smoking weed with you guys. I don't think we were always smoking around you. And you didn't need much, right, Spencer? Weren't you a lightweight? I was like high for 15 hours one time. I think I took a medical marijuana chocolate bar and it took so long to work on me that ended up being a long time. It's a weird feeling. And everybody handles it differently too. Maybe it's because I grew up on it. It's like I'm so used to it or something. I don't know. Remember, I wanted to be just like my mom, have a little box. Yeah. I was a lightweight too, I think. Not Sheldon, though. I remember Sheldon was always so crazy, but I feel like once he got married, he probably is like really tame now. Like, I bet I wouldn't even recognize him. That's what I think about. I think I saw a picture of him and I was like, his energy seems complete in the pictures. Like, dude, are you even the same person? Who are you? I feel like you're completely different. You know what, Spencer? I was thinking about going to Hawaii to visit. I was like, I don't know. I feel like if I was to go to Hawaii, just like you and me are running into each other right now, I probably shouldn't go to Hawaii because I'd probably run into him. That's what I'm thinking. You have a YouTube video? You have a YouTube channel? I mean, you have videos? Okay. Let's check out yours then. Okay, we're going to subscribe to your son so I can keep an eye on him. And you are so is this your Oh, it says my internet disconnected. I don't think so. Okay, I think I messed up. Okay. What's wrong with my thing? Okay. Oh. It says I'm offline, but I'm online right now. I guess something's wrong with my YouTube or something. Or maybe. It's weird. I think it says I'm online. Okay, this username, I'm not able to get into it all of a sudden. That is so strange to me. Showing they have internet. I think something's. It says it's my connection, but I'm on here, so. So, which channel is it? So, which channel? This one? I think. I'm not able to look up anything anyway, so I'll write it down. Maybe it's a miracle you're on right now. I don't know, because. You've never been to Vegas, Spencer? I'm on a computer. It's saying I'm not able to look up anything. It says I'm offline, but. Yeah. Since 91? Wow. It's changed a lot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's changed a lot. If you ever come in town, let me know. Contact me on Facebook too, or I'll contact you. I thought I followed you at one time. I thought I followed you. Man. Yeah, Vegas, it gets windy here, but I mean, I miss the beach, basically. I miss the water. But California is so expensive to live. It's only 4 hours away, though. So I decided to live here. For just as much money, I can live here and take trips to California. Just as much. So I'm like, I'm not going to live in California, pay extra state taxes and all of that. And it'll end up being more money in the long run. So I was just like, yeah, just stay here. Go vacation there once a month. Seriously, I could take my extra money and take a vacation literally every month. The same money. It's too expensive, and gas prices and everything are going up, up. I've been on here almost 3 hours. I'm going to save this. I hope I can save this because it was cool. Keep the recording. People aren't going to believe that you and me are talking right now, Spencer. Do you know that? Like, they have no idea. Yeah, you know what? Florida is calling my name, especially the last few days. It's so weird. Like, oh, I cannot get Florida. Like, people keep mentioning it. I'm like, am I supposed to be going to Florida soon? Because I feel like I'm supposed to be going out that way. I feel like I'm supposed to go to Texas, New York, Florida, and maybe some other places. I don't know. Yeah. They have the best. I just look at the sand in Florida and I'm just like, I just want to take off my shoes and feel the sand in my toes. I want to go to Miami. I want to experience. I love dancing. It was funny, Spencer, when Sheldon used to dance out on the dance floor. Do you remember how he used to dance? He used to do martial arts because he couldn't dance. Do you remember that? That was funny. Yeah, he used to do martial arts on the dance floor. We used to crack up. He was so funny. But it worked. You know, that boy can make things work. I'm telling you, genius. I don't know how to dance. I'll make a dance, my own. Martial art dance. I think he just liked to show off, probably, huh? He had stories. Man, he was a good, talking about a storyteller. That boy, I must have been so naive or something, but he was convincing. He was really convincing. He was so convincing, more than anyone I know, I think, in my life. Maybe because he convinced me. Yeah, I love music too. Yeah, and he loved music too, but he wasn't into dancing. It's weird how that happens, right? Me, I was totally into dancing. I love music too, but I was totally into dancing. You know, when I'm just getting into art now, and it's funny that I'm talking to you right now too, because as I'm doing it, in fact, I'm doing it now, I'm thinking of Sheldon because he was the artist. Like, you know, I was like thinking, wow, I wish I would have honed in, like we could have done art together, looking back on it now, because he was really good at it. But, you know, our priorities were different, I guess, back then. That happens. Well, we have been on here a long time. I think I'm going to let this one go. No one's going to watch 3 hours of this, but you know what? I'm going to save it. So I have you in here. Follow me on Facebook. I'm going to go over on Instagram for a little while if you want to go over there and talk. It's Love Life Videos, but you don't use Instagram, right? Are you on Instagram at all? I was going to go over there, but I got into talking to you. I'd rather talk to you. So I was like, forget everybody else. Yeah, it's Love Life Videos, LOVELIFE videos. And I'm going to go over there. You can talk to me if you want, but no, you don't use it. But yeah, I want to talk to you more. Facebook, hit me up. And if you ever need to talk about anything, like literally that you didn't think of right now, you can talk to me about anything. Like literally message me. If you have any, I don't know, problems with your son, you want to find answers or whatever, maybe I can help you because, you know a little something, something. So hit me up. And, or if you just want to talk, you know, let some steam off. That too. Write a whole letter. I'll take it. Message me on Facebook or whatever. I don't think YouTube has that feature, but Yeah, so message me over there. I'll try to get a hold of you too. So we'll do that. And you have a good evening, Spencer. Thank you for stopping by. It's been so much fun. I don't even want to leave you. But yeah, keep in touch. And tell everyone I said hello and I love them still after all these years, okay? I love all you guys, no matter what. You guys are family, man. You guys were my real family, to be honest with you. Aw, I love you. I miss you. We'll have fun someday. You might come to Vegas. Touch bases with all of them. See what it's like. Let me know how that goes, too. Right? I'll be praying for you. Even though you're, paganism. And I love you. And we'll talk later. I miss you. Yeah, you can check Instagram if you want. If you want to get the app or whatever, you can message me over. I message most people over there. I'm like really active over on Instagram. So, see ya. Love you. Bye. Have fun. Sweet dreams. Bye. Love you.